Welcome to Untangled with Carol Lee. That's me. Where we unravel the wisdom that is so often hidden in those tangled moments in life. We're trying to turn chaos into clarity and find the lesson in that struggle that so often seems so hard to see when you're in the depths of it. Do you have a life you are settling for? I know that I have been in that circumstance a few times in my life, and there was a turning point where it propelled me to reach for a life that really was beyond anything that I could imagine, just reaching for my true potential and not taking no for an answer. But before that, I was taking no for an answer. I was settling for mediocre. I've been there, and it can be hard to propel past that. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about what you're settling for, maybe what's holding you back in life, what seems to be debilitating you, and really consider and become curious about why you're willing to settle for that. Let me ask you this. If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that you had 1 year left to live, do you think you'd be settling for the life that you have right now? I would argue no. I know for me, it would be an absolutely no. I'm not settling for anything less than a life that I really fucking want to live for myself. Do you hate your job? Like, is it sucking your soul while you're there? Are you in a difficult relationship and you just are settling for it? Or maybe you're settling for not being in a relationship. Maybe you're settling for someone who gives you like little kernels of love. And what about your health? Do you keep saying you're going to go on a diet and then you mess up and then you're like, oh, well, that's it. And you're like, I can never lose weight. Or what about your friendships? Who are the friends are you surrounding yourself with? Are they loyal friends? Are they bringing something to your life that makes it better? So then I want to ask you, you hate your job, why don't you get a new job? If you're not happy in your relationship, why don't you try new avenues? Or maybe if this is the case, find a new relationship. Maybe even do something to work on your health. You're feeling tired all the time, work on your sleep. You're feeling lethargic, quit eating sugar. Even when things are happening to us, we have a choice. We have a choice to shift that. And if we're continuing to stay somewhere that's making us unhappy, it's a choice. I believe that you are staying in this life that you're not happy with because of your paradigm. Do you know who Bob Proctor is? So he says a paradigm is a habitual way of thinking and behaving, which gives you your results in life. Everyone has one. It's a matter if yours is working for you or against you. I'd like to tell you, I don't know if you realize how many people find it very difficult to change a habit. Let's see what Google says. "19% of people can hold on to their changes of a habit for 2 years." I mean, that's saying a lot. How many times a day do you go on your phone and go on Facebook and Instagram, social media, and you almost, if you're anything like me, you're like, how the fuck did I get on this? I just came on here to reply to a text message, and the next thing I know, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Those are habits. And with those habits, you're getting a reward. a reward of likes or a message, and that's releasing dopamine in your body. Do you think you say in your head, oh, it's time to check Instagram? Oh, it's time to check Facebook? No, it's just solely an automatic reaction while you're on your phone. It's a habit. It's your paradigm. Think about that. So we have these habits, these paradigms. Some of them are good and some of them are not so great. Think about brushing your teeth. I don't know if you're like me, but in the evening, I simply, when I know when I am going to bed, I go directly to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I put on my under eye cream and my night cream, and I go to bed every single night. It is a habit. If I don't do it, which it's very rare, it's because I'm so exhausted and I just plop in bed and fall asleep, but it probably happens once a year. Other than that, I'm doing that same routine every freaking night. It's like, wow, I don't even fucking think about it. These are just efficient and good habits. Sorry, I need something to drink. I'm choking on my own spit. There was a study done in 2012. Sorry, I have to read this. Power of habit. They observed a pattern of habits, which there were three things. There was a cue. So there's this trigger that tells you to your brain automatically to do this habit. And then number two was the routine, so the behavior itself. And then number three is a reward. So it helps your brain determine a particular habit loop is worth remembering or not. So depending on the reward, if it's easier to pick up this this condition. So, super interesting. You think about it. The cue for me is going to bed. It triggers me to go in the bathroom and brush my teeth, which is the routine of the actual habit. And the reward for me for brushing my teeth is good breath, good hygiene, keeping my teeth clean. So, think about that with your phone. When you receive a notification on your phone, it's a cue to pick your phone up, right? Think about that with the phone concept. So you get the cue of the notification on your phone. So think about that. Think about that in relation to your phone, how habitual it is. You get the cue, a notification that comes up. So that's the cue. It triggers you to look at your phone. Then there's the routine of actually the behavior of looking at your phone. And then there's the reward of likes, a message, whatever the case may be. It's super trippy to think about when it comes to your phone because I work very hard at not touching my phone, except for business purposes. I'm. It took me a while, but I don't want to consume a lot of information. I want to give and be of service with information, but I don't want to be on there just scrolling for no reason. And it's so easy to get sucked in that. So, today I wanted to talk to you about how you shift your paradigm or how you change a habit, right? Let's say you wake up every morning and you hit your alarm and you hit snooze. And you know that you need to get up and do a few things. And if you get up and do these things, your life will be easier in the evening. But you continue to lay there like you're struggling to get out of bed and you keep hitting snooze. When you do finally wake up, maybe you lay there and just piddle on your phone a few minutes. If you get out of bed on time, it's going to make your life so much easier. You're going to get these things done that you don't have to do in the evening. And then you're going to be able to spend more time with your kids and play with them and spend time with your husband rather than do these routine things in the evening. Think about it. You're awake anyway and you are laying there and you're not getting up. So let's say you wanted to replace this habit and have a new habit. Change your paradigm. Replace this negative routine with a healthy one. How do you do this? How do you replace this negative routine with a healthy one? So let's think about those three things. We've got cue, routine, and reward. And right now, the cue is your alarm goes off and you hit snooze several times. Your routine is you stay in bed, and your reward is, it's kind of a negative reward. You are stuck doing more things in the evening, but you get a little more sleep. But are you really getting good sleep? So now let's think about switching this habit. Let's think about switching your paradigm. This is like a small version of a paradigm. So let's think about the cue. The alarm goes off and you immediately shut it off. That's the routine, right? So the trigger is the alarm going off. The routine, you shut the alarm off, get out of bed, and make your bed immediately. And the reward will be the relaxed evening you get to have and spend some quality time with your kids and your husband, and you won't have to do these tasks in the evening. Another thing that you could do that would be sort of a reward mechanism is maybe have something on your phone that has the tasks that you can mark off. So you're actually, that check off or deleting it off of a list is actually a reward system for you. So I want you to think about a bad habit that you want to change right now. Think about any obstacles that might stand in your way of changing this habit. I want you to think of a bad habit that you severely want to change and you've struggled changing. And then I want you to think about any obstacles that you could remove completely out of the way to make this as easy as possible for you to change this habit. Now I want you to think about, what is the cue? What is the trigger for this new habit? What is this routine going to look like? And what is the reward? And I want you to re-engineer this in your mind. Keep repeating it in your head over and over and over again. You know, I remember when I bought a treadmill, and I wasn't a runner. If you would have told me when I was younger I could ever run for 10 minutes, I would laugh at you. It's just not something I ever thought that I could do. But I bought this treadmill and I was determined to use it. So I did not want it to be like everybody's like, I bought a treadmill and it now holds my clothes. I did not want that to happen. So what I did is, the cue was immediately when I got home from work, I would start getting on the treadmill. Nothing else. I prepared my entire family. I told the kids, I told my husband, everybody knew. I told them because I wanted to hold myself accountable, and also so they knew for like 20, 30 minutes that mom, wife, this is what I was going to do. So that was my cue right when I got home from work. Then the routine was to get on the treadmill. And my reward was fucking feeling amazing afterwards. But another thing I wanted to tell you is I did it in increments. I did it a little bit at a time, because you can't just like jump on a treadmill, right, and run like 10 miles, especially if you haven't been running. And so for me, I really like running a minute was hard, like fucking excruciating. And so what I would do is I started out with 5 minutes on the treadmill, 5 minutes of running, and then I would walk the rest of the time. So I started in 20-minute increments, but I wanted to run 5 minutes of that 20 minutes. So I would run 1 minute and then walk, and then run 1 minute and then walk, and then run 1 minute and then walk until I reached 20 minutes and the 5 minutes of running. So starting out small, and then like after the next week, I would run 1.5 minutes and then walk and then run 1.5 minutes. And doing this in incremental baby steps, like, just was very helpful to me. I was progressing and growing as I went and accomplishing a goal, and it was a very rewarding feeling, and I was feeling healthy and energized. There was a huge reward and seeing that I could run. And I want to tell you that I became an endurance runner, and I would run 7 to 10 miles a day, 5 days a week. And I never thought that that was possible. And what I'm telling you with this is you are capable of doing incredible fucking things that you can't even imagine right now. You don't think it's possible, but it's really possible. And if you just start out small, going in little increments, you can shift your paradigm and like change your fucking identity, become a new person, and do incredible things and take action towards things. But what I also want you to do is be super fucking compassionate with yourself. Don't expect like don't expect to be a runner tomorrow if you're starting today. Like, make little goals to accomplish. Start out small. So if you think about that, so that my cue was after work, running. The routine was running. And the reward was way outweighed not wanting to do it, was the energy I felt and the accomplishment after I was done. So let's say you're trying to have a workout routine. You're trying to go to the gym, and you'll go once in a while, but you really want it to become a lifestyle. So here's one thing that you could do. You could have your cue immediately after you get off work, or whenever. It could be before work, but your cue is, let's just say, after work, you go directly to the gym. So that's the trigger. You leave work. The routine is start out small. Let's just say 20 minutes that you work out on machines, or you do cardio one day and work out on machines the next. But your routine is your workout at the gym. And then your reward is massive amounts of energy. You're working towards your health. You're going to feel better. You're going to begin to look better. And that's your reward. So don't fucking try everything at once. Pick one thing at a time and get fucking really amazing at it. Like me, even if it was running 1 minute at a time, I was going to be fucking amazing at that 1 minute. So, number one, pick one thing and fucking become a professional at it. Number two, make it easy. Don't pick a really large fucking habit. Don't try to begin with a large habit. Make it as easy as possible so there's no reason you're going to say no. Create an environment for yourself that promotes accountability and a healthy lifestyle. If your environment doesn't change, it's likely you won't either. Your habits are a part of your environment. So, for instance, if you were going home first before the gym, it could make it a lot harder for you to get to the gym. Post-it notes to remind you at work, go to the gym after work. Maybe a picture of a dress that you're trying to fit in, or an outfit. These are some ideas for you to change a habit. or create a new habit that you're trying to incorporate in your life. Shifting your paradigm, and this is just the beginning. You can do this with like thoughts that you have, habitual thoughts that you believe. You can also do this to shift your paradigm. Use the cue, routine, and reward to shift your paradigm. And what I mean by that is if you're saying to yourself, I'm stuck in this shitty job, I'm stuck in this shitty relationship, I challenge you today to work on shifting your paradigm in life. And you can start shifting your paradigm by changing habits. You don't have to be this person that you're wishing you were, like right now, right today. Write it down and start checking things off a list. If you're wanting to create and harvest healthier relationships, write what that means to you. If you're wanting to like have loyalty, honesty, kindness, communication, begin becoming those things yourself. What those mean to you, create a value system and hold yourself to that. Trust yourself. Build a trust with yourself that just is like like it can't be demolished. And this is going to change your life and begin shifting your paradigm. Go check out Bob Proctor. He's fucking amazing. But that's it for today. Thank you for coming. I'm Coach Carol Lee. You can always go check out CoachCarolLee.com if you're needing one-on-one support. I would be so fucking excited to help you. It's what I do. It's what I've been working on for 2 decades. Other than that, you can check out my Instagram at Coach Carol Lee, my Facebook at Carol Lee Wilson, and I'm so fucking excited you were here, and I will see you next time. I totally would love to hear about those habits that you've changed. Give me comments below, or even something that you're working on. If you just need some additional motivation or you're working on some discipline, I got some great tips that I can help you out with. Other than that, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I've never had to pee so bad in my life.